Okay, this is another cable test. Two cables I've made, one for Chuck and one for Bill. Won't say the last name since this will be on YouTube. But you want to remove this cover. It's two screws, one here and one up here. This one's a little hard to get. You might just use a Torx and a wrench to loosen it, take it out with your fingers. And what you do is you slide it past the hump here, right here, by lifting up on this corner and slide a rag under there so you don't scratch the hell out of it like I have. Too many times I've had it out. Anyway, you do not need to pull your radio. However, I'm letting you know that when the radio's down in there, once you get this plugged in, it's pretty hard to unplug. You got to grab the clasp there, but it's really finger tight, so don't be yanking on the cables. Even though I've RTV'd this up for waterproofness, and it could probably handle a little bit of yanking, try to get a screwdriver down in from the top. There's a latch here that you can help to pull it off. I recommend not plugging in until you've strung the wires, got everything where you want it, and then plug it in. Because once these two plugs are plugged in, the main plug and the Bluetooth plug, you can't get the radio out. You have to unplug those to get the radio out. So don't think you can pull the radio out and get easy access like I have. Anyway, on with the cable test. So there's my SM10. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug in power. I don't think I can do that with one hand, so 1 second. Okay, power is plugged in. You can see the charge light on. Now we'll plug in the audio connection to the center. Okay, audio's in. Let's see, my helmet is on. So now what I'm going to do is, I've already pre-bound these. I'm not going to go into binding. You know, you got to read the instructions for that. I'm going to turn it on. Turn my radio down a little bit here. And my helmet just said media connected. Turn my volume up. There we go. Now, if you want to boost it, you just hit this twice. Whoop. And there, it boosted the sound. Anyway, left and right. So yours is working. See, watch, if I unplug the audio, no audio in the helmet. Alright, so I guess I'll call this one Bill's, because Chuck's is up here. We'll test that next. Okay, Chuck, your cable's next. Same talk about everything. So we're going to plug in power first. 1 second. I can't find it. 1 second. Oh, I got it upside down. 1 second. Sorry about that. And there we go. There's power. Now we'll plug in the audio, which is easier. Okay, audio's plugged in. As you can see, the charge light's on when I've got the power plugged in. I'll turn it on. Should bind.
Media connected.
Yeah, media connected. And there's my music. Left and right. So, Chuck, yours works too. Alright, so I'm going to ship them on Tuesday, USPS, so you should have them. A couple other tips here in a minute as soon as I unplug everything and get everything back together. Okay, so as you see, here's my cable, right? So if the radio was down in there, you can run it across the top here. You can also run it under the bottom. Remember, there's a heat sink on the side, so be careful not to cut the cable or anything. Anyway, what I did is I removed this speaker box. There's like 3 screws on the inside. You do have to remove this panel here. 2 screws or 3 screws inside this side trunk and some screws up here, and you should be able to get it away enough. You could probably run it up your back, just take off the backrest and run it up there too, but I ran it up with the antenna here. And then what I did is I drilled a hole right here, and you can't see them, but the wires come up through here. This way I don't compromise this water seal. And I recommend RTVing this hole. I have not done it yet because I've had my cables in and out so many times making cables that it's not even funny. Anyway, hold on, let me get my SM10. So this is the way I mount mine. I put the SM10's mounting bracket with the double-sided tape. Snaps right in. And then I can hook up power. Maybe I can hook up power. And there's power. And audio. And then I just kind of tuck these cables back up in here. Just get them out of the way. Behind the unit, like so. And there's my SM10. That's where I like it, easy access. so on and so forth. So ran the cable down through there. I don't have mine plugged in right now, and then plugged it in. Again, I don't recommend trying to plug and unplug that a lot. It's really hard to get out of there once it's under the mounting brackets here. It's really hard to get your fingers down in there and get a hold of that thing because it's a tight, watertight fit, right? So, okay, so I think that does it. There's your cables, and again, I'll ship them Tuesday. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions.